Shalom, hi, welcome you guys. I'm Stacy from Simca Souls, Creates and Soul Butterfly. I hope your week was a good one. Mine was, it was good. It was okay, but it was good. I have lots going on. My youngest started her first job today, and that's amazing. I have 4 children and 1 grand. My oldest is 34. I have a 27-year-old, a 20-year-old, and the baby girl is 17. She'll be 18 in a little bit. And my grandson, who will be 11, wow. I thank the Most High for my gifts. Yes, I do. So, okay. Today's episode, Show and Tell. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes because everything is like, I got a lot going on. Today's Show and Tell are my thrift store and Dollar Tree haul. I promised I would show you guys the cutting boards I use to create pattern templates. If it's something I know I'll use repeatedly, I'll use a template because, you know, if you keep using the paper over and over and over again, it'll end up getting damaged. So I use these, I use these chopping mats from Dollar Tree. Can y'all see that? Yeah. I got it backwards so that it'll come out. Did that come out backwards or? I don't know. Let me do it this way. Is that better? Okay, these chopping mats, and I think it's 2, yeah, per, and they're $1 from the Dollar Tree. And then I just draw the pattern on there. Not anything big or huge or, you know, like bags or things that I make a lot of. Here's one thing, for example, I'll show you. Okay, this dumpling pouch. Ooh, the sun. Sorry, you guys. This one, this dumpling pouch. Yeah, I used 2, and then I just took some clear tape and attached it because it's one whole piece. I don't sometimes like to do the on the fold thing. I'd rather just take the whole piece and do it. So there's an example of that. And the next thing. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. And so what I got from the dollar store, let me show you guys what I got from the dollar store. I kind of went there on a, let's get supplies and containers and things, because I have a whole lot of art stuff. I have a whole lot of everything. And I really utilize everything. I will purge so often and go and donate, or if I know people who uses a lot of the stuff, I'll give it to them. But I can always use baby wipes, especially when you're painting. This was $72 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So I got some of those because you always use those when you paint and wipe down things in areas and surfaces. I also got 4 of these containers. This is just 2, but I did get 4. I got a blue one and I got a, hold on, I'll show you. I got a set of paintbrushes in this one, and then my blue one is sitting in my rolling sewing bin, and it has like my pencils and marking tools and some scissors and stuff like that. So I got 4 of those, and these are in the, I like to go to the kindergarten section because they have the coolest containers that you can use, and that's where I got these. So I got 4 of those. I also, I love tacky glue. I use tacky glue for everything. I even use tacky glue with fabric. Sometimes if it's something that needs to, like sometimes if you put zippers on there, I'll use a glue stick though. Certain fabrics and things that you have, you can use the tacky glue just to temporarily hold it while you sew it together, and then I've never had a problem with it. Of course, you just put a little bit on there just to hold it, but a lot of times you just use a washable glue stick and that'll work too. Preferably, I do the ones that don't have any color on it, but I think there are some that you can do that have color, and after you wash the thing, or it doesn't come through the item that you're sewing. So the other thing I got from the Dollar Tree was these pretty, these were fat quarters. Isn't that cool? I thought that was cute. And this one that has little foxes on it. And then this one, bright and cheery. And I like this one because I want a, oh wait, I want a little van or camper or something. That's like my dream. So those were $1 and it was cute. So I think I might go back to this particular one that I went to because they had a lot of cool craft stuff. And sometimes in their kitchen section where you get the chopping mats, they have these little glass trivets. And a lot of times those trivets, if you paint or you have kids that paint, sometimes those trivets are really cool to use as a paint palette. You know, you can reuse things in different ways. It doesn't have to be what everybody says it's supposed to be. I am so that person that doesn't do it always the way it was intended. I'm gonna put this back. Okay. So now my haul from the thrift store. My family laughs at this. For years, every time I go to the thrift store, I always happen upon one of those nifty knitter looms. And I buy them every time. Even if I had like 4 or 5 of them, I buy them. I've given them to grandnieces, and I've given it to other people that I know who might, you know, want to try their hand at it. And, it, you know, you can get them really, really cheap when they're in the thrift store. So I just, maybe a couple years ago, I just gave, I think 2 more, or yeah, 2 more away. So I go to the thrift store, and what do I see? Another nifty knitter. Huh. So I got this one. Y'all see $3.50 on there. I paid cheaper than that. I think this was the highest price one I've ever paid. But I picked it up. I also found this one. And this one kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you guys know this, but back when I was a kid growing up and we used to go to summer camp, and they used to give us the wood frames with the nails in it, and you made the pot holders. Well, this is what this reminds me of. So I picked this one up as well, and probably work with that. But I used the nifty knitter one, the circle ones. I use them a lot. I make socks with those. I've made socks for me. I've made socks for my husband. Hold on, I'll show you. Then there's a website and a YouTube channel called lumahat.com. She does all kind of knitting projects with using those looms. And she does socks. And I've made a pair of socks for myself. Made some for hubby on the loom, the circle loom. And it's so easy, so cool. So I always keep those. And then my daughter, she goes back, my baby girl who's here with us, she goes back and forth about, Mom, I want to knit, oh, I want to do this, I want to make my own, da, da, da. So I'm glad I have the extra one, because she could probably do this and, you know, make her own socks and things like that. She goes back and forth instead of, she wants to learn how to knit with 2 needles and, you know, yeah. So there was no sewing this week. Not much at all. I started off making those project bags. Let me show you that. Let me show you how far I got on that. Okay. All right. So, okay, I got this one somewhat started. Can you guys see? Yeah. But Yeah, those are the ones that I was working on. But okay, about 3 weeks ago, my husband and I, those who know me, I roller skate. Me and my husband roller skate at least once a week. So we went roller skating and I had a fall. And I hurt my shoulder really bad. And I think that was the first night it got so cold here in the Carolinas. And of course you've sweated, your pores are open, and I get in the car and I was gonna drive home because we're like 30 to 40 minutes away from the closest one. So I was gonna drive home and my husband said, no, you sit in the seat, I'll drive home. So I said, well, when we get outside, it's gonna be freezing cold. I don't want this cold to set in and my pores are open, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we get in the car and we're sitting still for this amount of time all the way home. I was so stiff and it felt like everything locked up on the right side of me. So long story short, I've been recovering from this. So when that happened, then a week later, we go back skating, you know, like normal, because when I skate, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. But I couldn't like totally lift my hand above my head. So my husband's like, okay, you good? I'm like, good. So we go back the next week and this kid comes around me and entangles his skate with my skate. And usually I can get out of those jams, and I almost didn't fall, but I fell. And I fell on the same side that I fell. So this time, you know, all the young guys, they know when we come up there like, oh my gosh, Mom, I'm sorry. And they're all over there trying to help me. I was like, no, just let me lay here. Just please let me lay here. Let me lay here. So I stayed there for a minute on the floor, and then they all helped me up. And that one wasn't too bad. It was just the fact that I fell in the same place on the same spot. But I can lift my hands above my head. Yay! And I'm doing better, but when I was sewing, you know, the movement that you do with the sewing, it was starting to mess with the muscles up in the elbows, which affected the muscles in the shoulder. And I couldn't do sewing for a long time. So that, and then we had another cold spell this past week, and yeah, I couldn't do it. And you guys know I'm in the garage, so it's like freezing cold, and I didn't have the strength to try to move everything into the house to try to sew. That was just like too much. I was like, I'll wait because our weather kind of fluctuates anyway. It'll get warm. So what you did is back up to 70 something. So anyway, with that being said, I didn't get much sewing. I did knit, but when I knit, I had to put my elbow, you know, prop it up on some pillows next to me so that, you know, it's not too much strain on me. So on to the knitting. Okay, like I said, sorry, I'm looking at my shoulders. Okay, moving on, talking about the knitting. Last week I told you guys I casted on the VK Live scarf from Lion Brand. And I'd had black, and I thought that I was gonna finish it out with the black, but I ran out of the black, and so I put tan with it, black and tan. Hey, so where is it? Okay. So here it is. Here's my VK Live scarf. Ooh, the heck. I like it, and it's got to see the little tan one. So I like it. It's different. I like different. It's cool. It's nice. It feels really light and airy. I can wear it around. It's not the real big, bulky, like triangle scarves. I like it. I washed it. It's really soft. And yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm sure I'll make more of these. Yep. So, what I'm working on now. Okay. What I'm working on now is I had this pattern like 5 years ago, and then I know it became into a kit. And then I noticed that they started putting kits together for this. but it's the coffee shop wrap. I've always liked this pattern, wanted this pattern really bad, like 5 years ago. So what I did was I went and bought all cotton colors, and I got the sugar and cream cotton colors. So their colors, I've kind of got something close to it, and I think a couple of them, like where they have the charcoal, the color B charcoal, I decided on a blue. So the colors are goldenrod. Let me show you. I'll do this. Okay, the colors they suggest on there is goldenrod. And I have this sugar and cream color. I like that. Their color B is suggested as charcoal. So I went and opted for this blue. Their color C is silver. And I'm doing this gray. And their color D is a crew. There's mine. And their color E is cafe au lait. And here's my color. So I like this combination. And I want to say maybe it's a pretty easy knit. So far, that's where I'm at. I'm adding let me turn around so you can see the good side. Ugh. But I like it, and I can't wait. And so far, at first I was debating on the tassels, if I would put tassels. And I talked to one of my friends, and I'm like, should I put tassels? Like, no, I don't do tassels. But then now I'm thinking about it, and I kind of want the tassels. I do want the tassels, not kind of. I do want the tassels. Sorry, Marty. And I think I'm gonna do them in the blue. Go figure, right? So, yeah, I am so loving this, and I can't wait until it's all done. See that? I love that. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So yeah. So what I arted. So lately I've been doing a lot of art journaling because I couldn't sew as much, and I need to do something else to be creative. I have to. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to, this is kind of off topic from what I'm talking about now, but what I talked about previously with the loom knitting, I'm going to put in the description the lumahat.com, her YouTube channel, so that you guys can go check that out for the loom knitting, and her pattern is really cool. I like it. So what I arted, I have some previous paintings. Some of them I've digitally added to my coffee shop. And if you want to go check out my coffee shop or just buy me a cup of coffee to support me, it is ko-fi.com/Simcha Creates. SIMCHACREATES. That's my shop. So some of this artwork is on there digitally, so you can print it off yourself. And that's because I am trying to save my money to get a decent printer. I could outsource it, too much money. Don't want to do that. Plus I like doing things my own, unless it gets to be too much. But anyway, I just want to share with you guys some of the artwork that I've done. Some of this, like I said, is digitally on there that you can purchase. And if not, that's fine. I just like to share it with you. So this one. And I posted that one on Instagram a while ago. This is one of my favorites. Yeah. And the blues. I love the blues. And just messing around doing some feather work. Yeah. Thinking about postcards. Maybe stickers too. Let's see. This is just, yeah. And this one. My husband says it's a self-portrait. I don't know. I don't think it looks like me, but he says he thinks it looks like a young version of me. So, yeah, just to give you guys an idea, just wanted to share that stuff with you. Some of my artwork and things that I do, and like I said, I'm still doing the art journals, and I'll probably share that with you. I thank you guys for returning this week to see what I created, to see what I arted, to see what I've been knitting, just to check up and say hey. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week coming. I will, because I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter, my oldest daughter and grandson. But I pray your week is good, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye.